Sport holds a precious, almost vague place in my heart. Do I know much about it? Maybe not, but that doesn't stop me from holding it very dear. Yes, bats, rackets, and all those balls. There really is something for everyone when it comes to the proud tradition of sports in 2 Point County.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Campus. We are here in Fluffborough, the birthplace of cheeseball, 2 Point County's favourite pastime. The sport has evolved in recent years, now favouring lighter, less edible materials, but the inaugural Cheesy Goblet winners have been left in the past, never repeating their former glory. Every year, cheeseball clubs from all over 2 Point County compete for the Cheesy Goblet, presented by Cheesy Gubbins, and one team is spread on the crackers of history forever. Our course is academic exercise and our student intake is 10. I can't say 2 Point County today when I'm doing these intros. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, Jumbo McNally says, you know, a big pile of money guarantees you'll be better than the rest, and those days are now gone. I've probably never even heard of cheeseball. It's like people like you who ruin the game for wealthy owners like Jumbo McNally. There's still time to stop. Don't play cheeseball. Trust him. We wouldn't like it. Now, I don't know what cheeseball is, Jumbo, but I'm going to play it and I'm going to beat you at some point at it if you have some sort of team that you can bring as well. We have aircon to put in here. I've already unlocked a smaller aircon unit that we can put on the walls, but we're going to put in our aircon units now and get ready to deal with the heat. Next up, we've got to spend 15 course points, so we're immediately going to upgrade our academic exercise course to level 2, and that requires us to now build a cheeseball field, a lecture theatre, and hire an academic exercise teacher. I don't think I can speak at all today. I don't know what's going on. So let's hire our teacher. We'll take on Neve Volcano. She's rapid, she's got bad personal hygiene, and her toilet comfort decreases slower than most, which is a good thing, because she spends less time on the toilet and more time teaching. Laura Corruption's going to come in. She's going to work in the library when we finally build one. Our campus level has increased and we've got ourselves some course points. We're then going to bring in a janitor. We'll probably bring in one with security because having learned about security, my guess is we're going to be having some security issues to deal with. And next we'll build our cheeseball field, which I'm quite excited to see what it looks like. It's got a fairly high footprint, 9x14, and they do need to be placed outside. We're going to go with 9x15 because that looks like it's going to fit quite nicely in that plot of land. Put in our doorway, and this looks cool. That's the cheeseball field. We'll put our lecture theatre in. We're going to throw this down in the corner here. Now, the lecture theatre is a weird one because it doesn't matter how big you have it or how many blocks of seating you put in or how many whatever you put in. You can only have 8 students in there at any one time, which, you know, I don't know. In my experience, this is the first room that is like teaching based that you are unable to increase the amount of students you can have in it at any one time. And that may well be because, you know, people can only attend. I mean, if you look at it, there's 2, 4, 6, there's 12 seats in there. So why can I only have 8 students in there at any one time? It doesn't, yeah, that's a strange one. But I can't make this small, so we're going to have to increase the size of it and just make it a little bit bigger. What I'm trying to do is I don't want to make the campus bigger until I really have to. So I'm trying to keep my room sizes a lot smaller and not eat into that footprint as much whilst trying to maintain quite a high level of prestige. I'm not quite sure of the impact of prestige on the game at the moment. To my understanding, it's a little bit different to how it works in 2 Point Hospital. Obviously, there are more prestige levels in 2 Point Campus as opposed to 2 Point Hospital. You only had 5. Once you got to level 5, that was that. It was really good. So, right, okay, we've got to compete with the county's cheeseballing elite. We're going to need to invest in the campus and its academic exercise course, improve our facilities to support our students' cheeseballing aspirations. Remember, there's no iron cheese. It's mostly just milk. Okay. Campus level 3, our next requirement. So we can probably do this by putting in our dormitories, which we're going to need. And again, talking of getting the correct room size and stuff, I've yet to find something that truly works for me when it comes to the dormitories. I do like the idea of having them look like private little rooms and stuff, and this might be a cool thing to do. But because they're so small, it's very difficult to get the footprint right. So for now, what I'm actually going to be doing is cramming in 2 beds into this tiny little footprint and trying to make everything work and fit in, and hopefully this is going to be good enough. And as you can see, I already can't fit the wardrobe in where I want it to go, so we're going to pop them there, and then we'll put in some bedside tables, I think, on either side of the bed. We want to get in some desks and stuff. We do just need to get the prestige levels up a little bit. I still think that is quite important, and I'd like to at least aim for 5 in each of my rooms. Obviously, we are limited in the amount of items that boost prestige we have at the moment because we haven't yet got enough kudos to unlock everything. But as you can see, 15 students are assigned to this room, so we can do with duplicating that. Because at the moment, we can only have a capacity of 10. You can see them all cramming in there now. Right, there we go. 2 dormitories. We are now at campus level 3, and we should probably unlock our next objective for the beginning of this level. So we have 8 students assigned to each of these dormitories now. Oh, okay, so Jumbo Megacorp are challenging us to our first cheese ball match. And it would be a real shame if we lost so badly that we never play again. Okay, fine. We'll do it. So now we can schedule a cheese ball match with Jumbo Mega Team. We'll put that in as soon as possible then, and we'll probably lose because our students are terrible and haven't done any learning whatsoever. They're also a little bit hot, so I should probably put a aircon unit in the dormitory as well. There and there. Perfect. Right, okay, moving on. Right, let's have a look at our cheese ball match. It's like a frisbee made of cheese. They have to throw it in these huge buckets. That's cool. Right, it's our shot. We're 1-0 behind. Can we score? Come on. No, he's grated my cheese ball. Oh. Please don't clip that or take it out of context. So it just goes back and forth like this. It's best of 3. And then that's it. You get 3 shots. Whoever has the high score. Right, okay, Laura Corruption, get out of there. I don't want you working in club recruitment. Library time then. So I'm trying to work out a route. So I did do a little bit of observing in the last level of the kind of actions that students go through. We lost the cheese ball game, by the way. That's why we're being told we're lactose incompetent. But we can deal with that. Library. So I was kind of looking at marketing now. Okay, this is our intro to marketing. So we can attract better student applicants by promoting our courses in a marketing campaign. Well, we'll do that once we finish building the damn library. So I was watching some of the students going through the library, and you can see we're kind of developing things here. And what we need to do is we need these bookcases to be quite close to the desk, because the animation goes, they'll come in, they'll find a book, they'll check it out at the desk. So if they're doing less walking, going to find a book that they need, they can quickly get in and get out and carry on with their day-to-day kind of activities. So if we try and cram the bookcases in the doorway quite close to the checkout desk, they can go and do that, and then in the other side of the room we have all of our computers, books, desks and things like that, because they are things that are static. So a student will need to go in and use that. They will come in and walk to it, then use it, and then leave. What we could potentially do, well, no, we can actually put another door in, but my thinking is that may confuse things, and we may end up with students kind of coming in this door even though they want books and then going over to the other side. So that's why I haven't done that. The other option would be to do 2 separate libraries. Obviously, we'd need to pay another member of staff, put no computers in any of the libraries that are in like books only, just have the bookshelves in, and then another library that is kind of like a computer research kind of study room. That might be something I try in our next level, but for this one, I'm not going to do that. Putting in our usual kind of hand sanitizers, bins, and we'll need to remember to put in an aircon unit in this, and then we just need to hire a staff member for it. That's looking pretty good. Is it worth putting another one in? Nah, just leave it. We'll put a rug in, see if that boosts our prestige level up to 5. And yeah, happy days. Right, that's good. So actually, one of our objectives is to complete a marketing campaign, get 5 level 5 rooms, and then the rest is all academics. So because private tuition is one of our goals, we need to put in a room for that. So we're going to put that in now. We're going to try and keep the footprint small again and just try and boost the prestige to level 5 to complete that objective as well. And again, the A-grade academic exercise private tuition lessons, they're going to happen residually, as well as defeating the Hogsport Porthogs at Cheeseball. I believe we have to go through a couple of other opponents before we can unlock the Hogsport Porthogs. Now, disclaimer here, I did play a little bit of this level, so they are already unlocked on this playthrough, but if you are playing it for the first time yourself, you will need to unlock them by defeating other colleges in Cheeseball. We're looking pretty good here. We're struggling to get us up to level 5. We're quite far off that, so we could do with putting in a few more windows and decorative items. I mean, it's not necessary that we get up to level 5 on this, but I would like to, just because we've got these other objectives that we might as well be eating away at while we're doing that. And then once we've done that, all we're going to have to do is get the marketing campaign up and running and wait for students to come in and do these private tuitions to get their academic levels up to an A grade. We're going to try and fit in a few paintings and stuff, just squeeze them behind these bookshelves to see if we can just push up to level 5. For some reason, these posters, you can't put them behind bookcases, but the paintings that have huge frames on them, you can, which is a little bit strange. But we're just about done with this. I'm going to try and just keep pushing it all the way up, and then we should be good. And at level 5 prestige, one more will go in. There we go. Nice. Right, next we're going to be doing our student lounge, and this is going to be another 5-star room. It's going to be slightly bigger than the recommended minimum footprint, and we're just going to try and push this as high as we can go with it. And then in that little gap there, I guess I could put a little, like a toilet or maybe a shower block. Is that going to be too small now that I've decreased the size? I think that's okay. And we'll put in a couple of bits and pieces for our students to chill out in. And you can see the capacity of this room is only 8, which for this year, where we don't have a huge student intake, isn't too bad because it's not all going to be crammed with everyone who's doing the course from the off. As you can see, we're playing around with the colours here. I did want to get a little bit experimental and make sure that I wasn't just repeating the same patterns over and over again. So, changing the colours, that's going to help. Bins and hand sanitizers as always. But yeah, a student footprint of 8 in this room isn't too bad. We can always expand or add another one at a later date. And also when we finally put in the student union, there's still going to be more stuff for them to go around and play with in between courses and things like that. Or some might go to the library, some might go for a shower or relax in their dorm. So 8 maximum capacity for this room isn't so bad. And we'll put in a couple of game tables so that we can develop friendships, romances, and all of the other sort of stuff that we've got going on here. We're going to put this foosball table right here so that people can sit on that sofa and watch the game unfold, you know, some intense sporting action for our sports-based college. Maybe not going to put that in. Yeah, I took it out for some strange reason. There we go. Right, it's back in now. And I don't think we can cram anything more in here. And we are at prestige level 5, so we'll put a record rug in because, you know, that's very studenty of us. And we'll leave it at that. And that is 3 of 5 level 5 rooms now. So next up, we'll probably put in a toilet block here. Next up, we're going to put our marketing room in, which is the next step in achieving our 1-star goal, complete a marketing campaign. So these have a few interesting furnishings in, which I really like the look of. You can see this nice little computer desk here, but that's like a planning table there as well, a marketing board, and like a marketing whiteboard of some description, and a flip chart, which is always good. Any marketing room will have a flip chart in it because, you know, and nobody ever uses them anymore because it's like old hat. It's like an archaic way to deliver something, but they just always seem to be there. I remember having a flip chart at mine and never used it, and then ended up just using the flip chart paper to make plans and stuff. It was very odd. But yeah, so we already saw, if you watched last week's 2-Point Hospital video, the power of marketing and how good it can be in these games. I'm hoping it's going to be a similar situation for this. But in terms of marketing for this game, I'm guessing you market specific courses, and maybe do like a specific teaching-based marketing so you can hire in a particularly highly qualified teacher. But for now, marketing courses, I'm guessing you don't see the benefits of it until the end of your academic year. So what I'm guessing you have to do is continuously run these marketing campaigns throughout the year to increase the number of students that will apply for the next semester, I guess, and then you will see the benefits with your next year's student intake. So it's probably good to apportion a bit of budget every year to this, but I'm not going to do that because I'm useless at financial management in this game. Before I forget, because I always do this, and I've done it in 2-Point Hospital as well, I'm putting in a staff room. I feel really bad about this because I always do it in this game. I'll make sure that all of my patients, or my students in this case, are well looked after with top of the range facilities and lots of space to relax and stuff. And then I'm like, oh God, I've got no budget left for the staff, who are now threatening to quit. And this happens a lot. So I'm going to try and make sure that I'm putting in a good staff room. And actually, this is going to be our last 5-star prestige room. I mean, I hope, if I can get it up there. But it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. So it might just have to do. I've made such a small space here and I can't actually fit enough in it. You can see the jump, though, from having a plant in there, which makes sense because they... in terms of the management of the plants themselves, they need to be watered regularly by a janitor, and that is like meaning you need to bring in an extra staff member to be able to do this effectively and keep the prestige rating of that room up. Otherwise the plant dies and it actually ends up decreasing the attractiveness of the room while it's dead and needing to be replenished and stuff. But there we go, we've done it. A level 5 room in our staff room, and that's 5 of 5 done. 1 of 4 objectives complete. We're going to hire a marketing assistant and have them only work in the marketing department, and then we will begin our first marketing campaign. I'm feeling pretty confident about all of the other objectives now. It's just that A-grade academic exercise private tuition sessions that we need to get done, and that probably won't come about until the end of the year or towards the end of the year when the students have been here for a while. And we do need to get... how many was it? 10. I'm going to schedule in my match against the Smoggly Salamanders, though.
But don't stress yourself out.
And 30, so we're a long way off that. Right, let's get a marketing campaign started. So what can we do? Where is the thing? I can just do it on here. Right, okay. Academic exercise video campaign or academic exercise campaign. We can get a potential 20 new applicants from this. And we've started it off, and that's that. We're getting demolished at Cheeseball again. I don't think that's our Flemington Flobtrotters game, though. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah, we're about to get absolutely destroyed once again. Hopefully we'll at least get 1 point, and then I can tell. And I'm guessing the better the students are, very much like the jousting and stuff in the last one we did, the better they are, the better your chances of winning. There we go, we got beat 3-1. So our defense was terrible, our attack was subpar, everything else was just god-awful. And we're a terrible team, and we need to really get in and do some more private tuitions, please, students. Let's get on with that. We lost against the Smoggly Salamanders, but that was a different score to the other game, so I don't really know what happened there. We have a bit of an issue. Our students are unhappy, and some of them are at risk of failing the year, probably because they're so unhappy and their grades aren't doing well because of it. We're going to need to put in a medical office because one of them has something called cauliflower ears, which is an injury sustained during Cheeseball. But also, I did notice there was another negative perk that you get when you lose a Cheeseball match or witness your team being beaten in a Cheeseball match. We don't actually have anyone to work in the medical office because nobody's qualified, so we're going to have to wait for a new applicant to come in. We got a health inspection coming in, which isn't great. So we got a student considering dropping out. They are a cheesy loser, which means they've lost a Cheeseball match, which reduces their happiness by 10%, which is huge. So I guess not scheduling in too many of these if you're going to lose, and if you do schedule ones in, make sure they're achievable victories for your team. I'm guessing if you win, they get a boost to happiness as well. So maybe towards like key points in the academic year, it's good to have one of those matches in. There's our medic in place anyway, and we can now start curing some of those cauliflower ears we've got. We've got a request for a gym. Let's build one. Why not? We're a sporty college, we might as well have a gym for our students to go to. And I think this is a dual use kind of thing. I think it is used as part of the course, academic exercise, but I also think it's just a general thing that your students can go to in their spare time. For now, we're just going to put in the required... oh, they already want a static bike put in the gym, so we've got that in there with the basketball hoop as well. Alright, so as you can see, we're now getting A-grade academic exercise private tuition sessions, which is really good. We're 5 of 30 now. That marketing campaign's just about to finish, and we're looking good. We can't do this Cheeseball game because we don't have enough space in the calendar for the rest of this academic year. And there we go. We have 5 extra student applicants on that course for the next year. So I'm guessing if we were to repeat that marketing campaign, we could potentially get another 5. And there we are, 7 of 30. So that's coming through really nicely. I think next year we're going to have to expand and probably build another Cheeseball pitch. I'm just kind of speculating here on what we're going to have to do for the new year, which is why I want to try and manage my finances a little bit better as we move in, because we're going to have to upgrade at some stage, and I want to make sure that towards the end of the year we're getting enough money coming in. And it's not looking good so far. Obviously, a lot of stuff is bare bones here, and we do need to do upgrades and put more decorative items in and things like that. But that's going to come once we have the finances. I'm really trying to be careful with it, because you don't get a lot of money throughout the year. Things are looking pretty good. We're almost halfway on the academic exercise stuff, and we're at the end of our year, so we'll see what awards we've won. I'm not expecting much, to be fair. I mean, 15 of our students continue to the next year, which is really good, with an average exam grade of 68%. No awards, though. Probably because we started our club quite late, and we only have one, I think. No, two. We could add a new course, but we could also upgrade this one, and I'm going to do that. And as you can see, looks like we require another 3 teachers and 1 extra room. We're just going to have a look here. We've got 25 applicants. We can increase the tuition fees here. That'll reduce the student intake and make them unhappy. But I think I might, I might consider that in the future. And over here, you can see what we are required to put in and the type of stuff that our assignments are going to require. Now, I've not actually looked into this. Now, the cheese ball machine you put on your actual cheese ball pitch. The rest of the stuff goes in the gym. And obviously, the academic exercise bookshelf is for your library. Student info, it just tells us how many students are in our first, second and third years, and then the types of stuff that they're going to be doing, how many students have graduated, failed, expelled and dropped out. And yeah, it's a pretty nice little thing to look at. It'll give you like a load of extra information. I'm just going to reduce my tuition fees and see if that makes people happier when they come in. It also gives us more students, so if I can extract more in rent from them, it will hopefully offset the money that we're going to lose out on by reducing our course costs, if that makes sense. Right, we have our new dormitories coming in, and as you can see, we need to build another cheese ball field, and we have 26 days in which to do it, because that's when our first group of sessions happens in the cheese ball pitch. We're going to have to take out a loan here, because that's just life, unfortunately. We're going to duplicate our current cheese ball field and drop that down. And then I think we need to put in another dormitory, maybe another 2 dormitories to facilitate the growth in student intake that we've got here. So I may need to build a new building, because I certainly don't think I'm going to have the space there. I could probably fit a couple more in the middle section of this building here. So I can get one there, and then obviously I'm going to need to move the crazy taxi machine. I'm going to try and just put one in that position, and then see if I can squeeze something else in between. We've got 10 in there, which is pretty good, but the accommodation rating drops. So we could maybe do with just moving that machine, and then we'll put another duplicated one in. And hopefully that should bring the attractiveness rating back up and make our students a little bit happier. So obviously the less that they have to share these rooms, the more attractive the room is going to be. Let's create a new event against the Smoggly Salamanders in between November and December is the only one we can do. Can we fit one in on this pitch, or does that calendar include everything? No, we can. October. So there we go. I think this is decent for our second building. We'll put a little side door there that goes right out onto that pitch, and yeah, that should be good. So we're going to start putting in some extra bits and pieces here, like our student union, which I'm going to fit into that little nook that we've made in the building. I just need to move this bookworm and sit back down, not in the way of that bench. We'll put him right in the corner there. That's nice. Cool. Right, student union, let's build that now. And this is probably just going to be a little pub type situation. I don't want to go too overboard for this. Just giving the students an extra bit of space to kind of chill out. Can I put the dance floor in though? No. We'll just make it look like a little dive bar, I guess. We'll put in some tables, and that's all they're going to get for this, I'm afraid, for now. We can put in a jukebox and some gaming machines or something at a later date, but for now, it's just a bar with some tables. They want an exercise bench in the gym, which looks pretty packed, actually. That's quite funny. A lot of them just doing random exercises, and we'll put a meat wizard machine. Meat wizard right there. Perfect. Right, so we have just taken a 1-2 point lead against the Smoggly Salamanders, which is going to unlock the Hogsport Porthogs for their next match, which we will hopefully schedule immediately and win. I put in a second private tuition room try and grind out those A-grade academic exercise sessions. And we're looking pretty good. There we go. We have one. Hopefully, we can just schedule our next one in immediately against the Hogsball Porthogs. There we go. It's going in December. And then all we're going to need to do to finish this one-star objective off is get our A-grade academic tuition students done. An allotment has been requested, so... And it's huge. Where am I going to put it? It's not going to fit there. I'm going to have to put it here, basically. Yeah, we'll just drop it down there temporarily, and then when we expand the campus, I guess we'll just be able to move it. But it'll just have to stay there for now. I mean, we've got to keep these clubs happy, so they want a student lounge party as well. We'll put that... Oh, we don't have the money, otherwise I would have scheduled that in to celebrate our victory here against the Hogsball Porthogs, which we're just about signed, sealed and delivered. We're the last people to take a shot in the game, and it looks like... Yeah, that's it, 3-0. So unless we got disqualified for, like, bribing an official or something, I think we've won that one. And we're just going to wait for the tick to appear. There we go. Right, we've done that one. We've got 13 more private tuitions to do, and then we're good to go. We cannot afford a student lounge party yet. You do get a financial reward for winning a cheese ball game, and there we go. We can put in our lounge party. It would be really useful to have like a staff training program going soon. I don't have the money for it right now, and coming up to the end of the year, I'm hesitant to actually start that development right now. But if we have a little look at what we can do with our academic exercise course, we can actually increase the prices. I think I will do that for the next term, because I'd like to reduce the student intake a little bit so I can manage things a little bit better, and hopefully make a little bit more money out of these guys. I will upgrade the course though, and I'm kind of thinking now it's a bit too late that I've already done this, but maybe we shouldn't be upgrading these courses so soon. But we are at the end of our second academic year. We've got 42 continued, 1 failed. That's really disappointing. I've never had a failure before. Well, you can really see that the difficulty curve is starting to kick in. We didn't win any awards either, which isn't great. Let's have a look. Who failed? Come on, show your face. Feta Malarkey, tired, bored. Wanted to join a club. We've got 2 clubs. Were they not good enough for you? What a silly reason. Unbelievable.
We're joined by Professor Hamish
Right,
of the Pebbly Frog
so we need to build a gym, and we need to hire another academic exercise teacher. So I'm going to maybe just, let's see if we can actually just move this, pick this up and move it over here. No, it won't fit there. Okay, so we will maybe just sell this. I don't think we need a second one in this room. We'll get rid of it, and then we will build our second gym right here. It'll just be a small one, but that is interesting. Yeah, we do need to use the gym for academic courses, obviously, as well as it being a student kind of breakout space where they can go and do a bit of exercise, and it probably increase their happiness as well. But what I am noticing is, yeah, we're spending a lot of money. And I'm quite glad that we've not had to do too much more expanding this time around, because we don't have a lot of cash. We're going to hire another academic exercise teacher. We've just unlocked a career goal for medical care for curing 100 medical issues, and then we can start our next academic year. I can't put my research in yet, but I would like to do that. I still can't afford the training room either. Let's start the new year. We have 7 more academic exercise tuitions to do. Right, 1 more to go, and then we've done the first star in this level. Our loan we can almost pay off, so I'm just going to leave that for now. And we do have a few students who are in danger of failing, and maybe we need to put some sort of thing in for them to... Oh, there we go. We've done it. Yay. That was a slightly underwhelming and not particularly surprising experience for me there. So 2-star objectives. Let's have a look. We're going to build this on this plot of land next. We need campus level 20, student hygiene of 75%, an A grade in academic exercise, and to defeat the Flemington Flobtrotters, who I incorrectly mentioned earlier on in this episode. I'm going to unlock that plot now, and then we can start expanding for the next term. And we'll schedule the Flemington... Oh, we can't do that right now. Well, we'll do that when it comes around. I hope you enjoyed watching this one. It's been a lot of fun, although a little bit stressful. And I will see you for the next episode of 2 Point Campus when we grind out our 2- and 3-star objectives. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.